Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the Fight Front. Once again, make sure y'all subscribe. Just back with this real quick video here, man, on this situation with Weili Zhang and Joanna. First of all, I gotta say shout out to Jason Rose. He filled me in on the whole situation on what Joanna had posted on her Instagram story, and of course, shout out to the coach for letting me borrow this picture at the bottom. Because definitely has some significance to what I wanted to talk about. And he did the video before me, and when he did that video and then posted this picture, I was like, yeah, that's something that I want to talk about. But as you know, man, a few days ago, Joanna, she posted on an Instagram story this picture up above her mocking the coronavirus, with Weili Zhang, which, basically saying that Weili probably has the virus and she's got to wear this mask. But I thought it was just kind of in bad taste because, first off, the fight is in Las Vegas, and that Weili Zhang doesn't have anything like that. It's just Weili. It's just Joanna's way of trying to really get into her opponent's head mentally, which, to me, Weili, in good taste, she already responded and she hit back in a more professional way and definitely didn't let it bother her. She just didn't try to come back with anything personal, no personal hits, anything like that, because, that's not her. And, the thing about that is that a lot of international fighters like her and, like people like her, Manny Pacquiao, even some Hispanic fighters, African fighters, whatever, that don't speak English, stuff like this ain't gonna bother them. Little stabs like this ain't it's not gonna really get in under their skin because they don't care about that. They're more focused and concerned about what's going on in the octagon as far as their performance. They get in there in the octagon or the ring, but fighters that want to be bullies and maybe feel like they're intimidated by their opponent. Like in Joanna's case, she might be intimidated, or she is intimidated. They kind of want to start a war of words, outside of the octagon and kind of get it going in. And that's the thing about Joanna. Like, I can give her credit for her skill, her discipline, her work ethic, how she's defended the belt. But to me, the biggest takeaway, and it's a big chunk, is her mental game, her mentality, how she approaches fights. That's the one thing I always got to take away from her. Liking her as like a whole fighter. I can't really like her like that because she really can't depend completely on her skills and her talent. Most fighters are more confident in their talent. The talk comes with it because it's like, we know we got the skills to back it up, but every time she kind of puts on this type of show, it's like a show to show that, oh man, my skills ain't up to par as this opponent, so I got to really hit him. I got to hit him low. She always has to take that verbal low blow whenever her opponent is either just as good or better, which to me is pathetic. If your skills pay the bills, just bring it. I don't like to talk about it. If you're a champion, don't talk about it, be about it, because she likes to throw disses at these opponents. Like, for example, Rose Namajunas, she wants to go in on personal stuff about Rose having mental issues. She'll kind of hit on that. With Claudia Gadelha, she'll kind of bring up these little racial remarks, going back, telling her to go back to the jungle, like on the Ultimate Fighter show. She feels that need to kind of start taking it to physical things, physical appearance, little racial things, like even making some other Asian, jokes, things like that. So instead of proving who's the best skill-wise, she more seems to fight for trying to be like this superior person, if that makes sense. That's the kind of vibe you get. It's kind of like she makes the jungle sound like a bad thing. That's feeling like she has to say, okay, I'm a better person. The better person doesn't come out of the jungle, but the better person is me. I don't have mental problems, any of this. That's the feeling I get from her whenever she starts to open her mouth about certain things. It's never just about training. Training isn't enough to her. She has to resort to cheap shots because her mental game isn't strong. That's why people like Weili Zhang or Rose, they don't really feed into that. But to some fighters, it can get into their head because they're already feeling like, oh, she's beat me mentally because she's a better person with words, and the things she says makes her a better person. Some people can kind of let a bully take over them like that, but most people, they just whoop bullies' asses, or they ignore what a bully says. Whenever it starts to get physical, that's whenever that person beats that bully's ass, and then that's what you really see from them. That's when you see their real true colors. Because imagine if if Weili Zhang, she didn't, just imagine this too, if Weili didn't want to take the more civil approach, what if she wanted to take a jab at Joanna? She could have touched on like this picture posted the coach made down here, you know, she could have touched on Joanna's cheating fiance, you know, because apparently that little episode was her excuse on losing to Rose Namajunas. You know, she used that as her excuse. I mean, at first it was the weight loss. First it was trying to cut the weight. Now she's saying that her fiance cheating on her was her problem. So Weili Zhang could have posted something about that to get in her head. And imagine what her reaction probably would have been. She probably would have went to social media and got her fans to back her up, and then made Weili Zhang look like the bad person, because that's how they do sometimes, you know, like even whenever she posted this one, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, it was nothing, it was just in bad taste. Well, damn right it was in bad taste. I mean, Joanna had to apologize and take it down. So to me, it wasn't like she really meant it. It was just like, I have to take it down before it catches more backlash. You know what I mean? Like, she still meant it because she said it. That's the vibe I usually get when people say something harsh or something stupid. You know, they're more apologizing that they got caught. They got caught in bad taste when a lot of people didn't agree with them. But like, if the majority agreed with her, then of course she would have kept it up. You know, if it wouldn't have got backlash, she would have kept it up. But meaning she still feels the same way. She feels the same way regardless, but she just took it down because she didn't want no more backlash, you know. So, yeah, man, I just feel like in this whole situation, Joanna is just on the road to another defeat. That's why she's kind of playing this game to try to overshadow and try to get into the head of Weili Zhang, to try to, you know, break her mentally. You know, which I don't think that's going to work, because like I said, Weili Zhang, she's not that type of fighter. You know, she's going to stay focused on the business at hand, and she's going to probably be handing Joanna her next loss. You know, that's how I feel. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this one, guys. I just kind of wanted to go in on that, give you my 2 cents, because what fighters post outside of the octagon or the ring, that's part of the game too, and that's how I kind of gauge on how good a fighter is and how good a champion they are. You know, like Joanna represented her belt to a certain extent, but when she got on that bullying tip of, you know, just starting to talk trash about people's personal lives, you know, that takes away a lot of points, because I mean, like, that's how you get your win. You can't get your win just by translating your own negative energy into a fight. You know, you kind of have to go off on these tangents and start, you know, making stupid little childish jokes, you know. So, yeah, man, that's all I got on this. Again, shout out to Jason Rose and Coach Shelton Harrison. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of this joke. Like I said, it was in bad taste for me, and somebody's getting their ass whooped in March. Which, yeah, that's all I got on this, guys. Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm out. Peace.